Hey guys, it's Lisa. I'm getting you set up here. Today is part 2 of my New York City, the whole trip, the whole trip haul. I've done part 1. I was thinking of what I've already shown you. I've already shown you like my Valentino, my Aritzia, and today I'm going to unbox with you. I have not even looked in here, this huge box from Bergdorf. It's a long thing. If you have been with me, you know that I am a deep thinker and I go through these phases. And the first 2 days, I told you about this in the first video, I did not feel like shopping. I didn't feel like being there. And then I had a really good talk with myself over breakfast on Wednesday morning. And I thought, I am going to have fun. I am going to go blow it out. And I'm going to buy some good stuff to show you guys. And that's what I did. So let's start off with my outfit though, because I'm wearing, dare I say, my favorite jeans. And that is a big deal for me because I'm not exaggerating when I say I probably have hundreds of jeans because I get a lot of jeans in PR or with credit that I make with different companies. And plus, I'm always buying them. I love jeans. I love things that are different. I bought these, matter of fact, before I went to New York, I think last time for the Chanel unboxing. And then this jacket is from Zara. I actually purchased this before I went to New York this last time and it just didn't show up in time. So it's a little brighter than butter, but I still love it. I've always loved yellow. I read somewhere that blondes shouldn't wear yellow, and I don't agree. I've always loved wearing yellow. I remember in my 20s, one of my favorite dresses to wear on dates and in the summer was a yellow, just an A-line dress. And it looked so good with a tan, good with blonde hair. So if you're blonde, you can wear yellow. And then the t-shirt I have on is actually a favorite. I'll show you what it looks like just out. I bought it maybe last year or year before. It's the perfect tee or my perfect tee. And they have a whole bunch of them. So I'll find exactly what this is and link it. And then here are the jeans. They say low rise, but my belly button is here. But keep in mind, I have a long torso from here to here. I would say they're not very low. I mean, they're still above my hip bones, but they might be low on you anyway. And they are straight. I feel like they almost fit like vintage 505s or 501 Levi's because they still fit your butt pretty good. They are size 27 and I love how straight they are. I love the length. They look good with boots. They look good with flip-flops. They look good with sandals. And I believe they're on sale. And then these are the Valentino sandals that I showed you in the last video that I absolutely love. Now, if you've been with me, if you haven't, hey, I'm Lisa. I really did so good in the winter, this winter, when I decided around Christmas, that's when my fashion mental breakdown started happening. I decided, why am I wearing sneakers? I don't wear sneakers. I can find other shoes that are comfortable and that I love and I feel good in. And I did so good with that. The YSL boots, the Kate boots, the Acne Studios boots, the Jenny Kane, just so many good ones. What was that? The Alohas. I was able to shop and be on my feet for hours and walk New York. And I realize that's not what we're all doing day to day, but that's when I need nice shoes, is when I go out of town. I live at the beach. Here, I can wear flip-flops and Uggs all day long, but I don't really go anywhere here because we don't have shopping. I live at the beach. So that is like my experience. So that is what I did this day. Let me get my phone so we can continue to do my timeline. So I think when we left off, I was eating at Bergdorf. And it was Thursday, and the girls, Mommy's Makeup and Moscato, had gone to the YouTube event. And I probably will go to the next one because the one in California it's at the Google Center. Being there in itself is magnificent. And there's more people there, and I think there's just a lot more to it. And it's just, I think I'll be ready for it by that time. This time I wasn't feeling it. And I'm really trying to follow my heart in a lot of ways. So, okay, we left off with my delicious, as my grandmother used to say, lunch. Huge shrimp, beautiful steak. Then, before I did this, Maria and I, she is my friend and sales associate at Bergdorf. We had walked all over that store. We had spent, I don't know how long going through. She has so much patience. She will take me to each little boutique, introduce me to the Chloe girl, introduce me to the Celine girl, introduce me to all the different girls and people. And like now I've kind of gotten to know them. So it's fun. And so I looked at so many different things. And what she did is she got everything together while I was eating lunch. And then she had a whole dressing room set up for me. And it was a moment. It was a pretty woman moment, meaning just so much good stuff. Not the bad pretty woman moment, but what is a better way to say that? It was just a dream. And I know not everyone like has that dream, but I do. I've always wondered what it would be like to just go shopping in New York, be at Bergdorf and just all of that stuff. And that's what it was. So here is my dressing room when I went in there. And I just stood at the back of it and just looked at all of it. And I wanted to just capture this moment because it's a lot about that to me. Like each pair of shoes, each bag, I can tell you who I was with, where I was, who the sales associate was. My things have a lot of meaning. That's why I don't buy a lot of this big special stuff online. I like the whole experience. So I also, you'll see hanging up there, I wanted to try, I think this was a Chanel jacket, and then I wanted to try the Dior blazers. And I told her, when I spend money on ready to wear, I like it to be like on jeans, blazers, t-shirts, things I get to wear a lot. Maybe one day I'll be in the spot where I can buy little crazy things and, you know, that will be fine not to wear them a lot. But right now I like it when I can wear something a lot. So that's what I was focused on. So I didn't end up getting any jackets, but let's just dig right in. And what was so cool is everything I tried on, I like came out in, and the guy that I worked with last time I was there, and it was just fun. Okay, so at the top, we've got the clothing that I bought. So let's do that. Okay, so here we go. So these are the clothes that I bought. Keep in mind, I was in the Chloe Luxe Boho frame of mind. And I love that. Brooke and I used to play this game when we would go shopping, even here in town or when we were out of town. Like, who are we channeling? And a lot of times for me, it would be Sex in the City. And I remember one time for her, it was Lana Del Rey. And then, hold on, let me go ask her. She's upstairs. Hold on. Okay, it was the series Girls, and it was Jessa. She is the one that Brooke would get inspired by. So that's just fun. I love shopping. So here are a pair of jeans that I got, and they are from Ganni. And I, love statement pants, love statement jeans, and I love leopard. And I particularly like Ganni leopard, like my coat. And then I also like Dolce & Gabbana leopard. They both have really good, my favorite leopard. So I got these. They're just the Izzy Relaxed Straight Fit Mid-Rise Full Length and size 27. So I'm thinking what I will wear this with is probably today, not the yellow jacket, but with a white t-shirt or a white tank top, or even one of the frilly white tops, or the yellow butter from H&M. I'm going to do a separate video on the Luxe Boho look and put together some looks, because if you look it up on Pinterest or even on Chloe, first of all, those Chloe tops, my goodness, they're expensive. I'm not doing that. But it's a little bit overkill, but there are easier ways to do it. And I want to kind of show you that. So anyway, love these. Okay, now remember I told you the black shirt that I had on was from Nushka. And it was the first day I had worn it. And I have had that shirt or that button-up blouse. I bet I've had that 5 years. And I just loved it. It's like, why haven't I worn this? Oh my God, I love it. So they had an Anushka section, and this is the same kind of like heavier weight satin, and it's in this beautiful color, and it is a mini dress, but it's not that mini. It's just right to the knee. And I just love it. I love the color. And it's just kind of like one of those, kind of like right there with Diane von Furstenberg or some of those dresses I know I can wear forever. And I just love it. Just the seams and everything are so nice. It gives me the same feeling like I was explaining to you with Lily Silk. Yeah. Just when you wear it, it just feels good. It feels so nice. Ooh, I love that. And that's going to look so good with like a faux fur or a fur over it, or in the summer, just like it is, or you could put a moto. There's so many things you could do with this. You could even do a cool scarf like around your neck. It's just like a good base. And then this piece, who is this from? Frame. When I saw this, I just thought it was such a cool color. I love nude. I love this fleshy nude, and where it's a little bit beige, a little bit pink. And oh, I'm gonna take it off this hanger because I don't want my shoulders to get pooched out, because that happens a lot. But I just thought that was a really good piece. And then you could, even in the summer, I always think about how I can layer over something when I'm traveling. Okay, so here we go to probably, I don't know, depends on if you're a shoe girl or not. This could be the most exciting. So, oh, my Chloe boots. Those were a big, big hit. Remember the ones that have the cool heel that goes down into like the wood a little bit? So I know I love Chloe. So I ended up getting these. And by the way, I think I mentioned this in my Friday video. For each pair of shoes I bought, I put that many pair of shoes on my website. And like one of you got my Chanel ballerina. They're not ballerina flats, but they're that classic slingback Chanel. I had only worn those probably 2 times because I got the wrong size. And so like I sold those for $300. So it helps me too to get rid of stuff and to, for you guys to get that stuff. Okay, these. And I will tell you, there is something about that shape on your foot that is magnificent. These are the coolest shoes ever. When I put them on, just a real magic moment, and so classy. I can wear these with dresses. I can wear these with jeans. The heel's not too high. I like a funky heel. They're just beautiful. I mean, just even look at the buckle, but there is just something about that deep V that is really, really good looking. So these are the first ones, and they are 38 and a half. And I wear a true US size 8. Next is a pair of Chanel. Okay, let's see which ones these are. Did I get 2 pairs of Chanel? I think I did. Yes, okay. Kelly, Christina, and I actually saw these, and I was like, I really like those. I really think those would be cool with jeans, just showing out from underneath jeans. And when I tried them on, even with the dress I had on, look at how beautiful that is. So it kind of encompasses everything we love about Chanel in a shoe. You have the quilted leather, you have the chain, which you guys know I love, you have the pearls, and on the side, you have the CC in this. And the guy said, I love that because it looks like you're almost wearing an anklet. And it did. Just that chain and everything wrapping around your ankle, it looked like it was just foot jewelry all the way around. They are beautiful. They are simply beautiful. So I think what I'm going to do too, remember I had gotten like a bunch of dad sandals? I think I'm out of that phase. I think that was kind of like my entry into, I'll be honest with you, I think all of this stuff looks good on her, but I think being so inspired by Tamara Kalinick pulled me a little bit that way. And I feel like it works better on her because she's taller and she's more into that type of fashion. And so I really got into, like, I got the Birkenstocks and all of this stuff, which I love Birkenstocks. My mom is a Birky girl and they look so good on her. But I don't feel like that's my true authentic style. I think this, instead of a dad sandal, is much, much more me. And it just takes time to, like find these particular styles that are comfortable. And it does take trying them on. Okay, next, let's do another pair of shoes. I got one bag. It's one I'd never even knew existed. And we'll do that next. So this is like another pair of Chanel. Oh, these are so cool. I didn't know these shoes existed either. Nothing compares to Bergdorf's shoe department. Nothing, nothing. If you know of something that compares to the Bergdorf shoe department, all of them, let me know. These are what I just replaced. The regular slingback, I replaced it with these. And I tried on the solid black and this two-tone. I like this because, for one thing, it's what I was replacing. I like that it's not like a slingback to here. It's just this. It's not really a slingback, I guess. It's just a typical sandal with a teeny tiny heel. And everything I tried on, I was trying on with that long, airy dress, which I love. I have 4 of those because I wear those all the time. And I took that dress as a backup and ended up loving wearing it that day because it wasn't even raining that day. I think it was sunny that day, but I took it just in case for something comfy. And that's what I change into and wear around the house now. But anyway, I just love these. Look at the enamel and the little crystals. My nail polish is strawberry margarita, and they're just so pretty. So I can wear these with so much. I can wear these with black pants. I can wear these with jeans. I can wear these with a long skirt, like that one from Aritzia. I can get a lot of wear out of these. And I ended up getting the 39 in these. And I will put down below, I've already put them up, the size for the other ones. Because I did, have to go back and forth a few times with some shoes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. What go with these? Valentino. I have always been a Valentino girl. Always. Okay. These are size 39. So remember, with any of Valentino's jelly shoes, no matter what style you get, size up a whole size. So remember when I told you I wanted the black ones? And honestly, I kept thinking, should I get these or should I get the Chanel flat ones? These are the Chanel flat ones, and they're just so different. These are very cool and casual. These, jeans and a moto jacket. The other ones can be those, jeans and a blazer or something like that. And you guys, these shoes are so comfortable. I do realize they have some inspired by Valentino on Amazon. And I have tried those and they're not bad. They're not bad, but they're not these. These are they're like really thick rubbery. It's not like rubbery like a flip-flop. They're pretty. So now I have the nude and the black, and I feel like, wow. I mean, it's almost like once you have that, you're set. I feel like these shoes are going to take me through all summer. Plus, with what I already have, because I already have so many, like the Valentino wedges are phenomenal. I've got good Louboutins. Okay, this is wrapped, and I think this is for my mama. This was one of the reasons I was upset about not getting my package in time, but it was my fault for not tracking. It is. Okay, the last day, my mom said, don't make any special trip and, don't buy a designer, but see if you see any cute bag charms. I hope you've been hearing this right the whole time. And so I got her 3, the cutest bag charms from Coach. And then I was looking at Bergdorf and I saw this. Look at that precious bag charm. And my whole family, we've always had dogs. This is from Loewe. They have really good bag charms too. And I'm so glad I got this because the Coach bag charms really only fit well on a Coach bag. And she does have one Coach bag my dad bought her, but now she's going to need some more. And this will fit on her Goyard. She has 2 Goyard totes. And I think that will look so good on the Goyard. And guess what kind of dog it is? It's a Chow Chow. When she looked it up, it's a Chow. And we've had Chows. That was my first dog, was a Chow. So excited to give her this probably today or tomorrow when I go over there. Precious, precious, precious. Okay, this is going to be no surprise. Every time I came up the escalator, there was a girl standing there, and she had some Byredo scents out there, and she just had the most beautiful smile and was so nice. I thought, I've been wanting to get the Ball de Freak fragrance because I've had the shower gel. I've had the hand cream. I've got the hand soap. I love the scent, Ball de Freak. And so I got the fragrance. And so I bought that from her because just every time I saw her, she was so nice. I just really appreciate all of that. And then I'm going to save the bag for last. So let's save that for last. You might have seen what it was. Okay, these. If you are old school, Lisa, you probably remember when I had something similar to these. And I got them because one day, Sheila Fajl, a good friend of mine, and I were shopping in Miami. What year was that? I think it was 2019. We were walking behind these two women that looked probably, I don't know, they looked around 60 or whatever. And I remember loving their outfits. They just looked so stylish, chic, everything. And they had on, one of them had on those Stella McCartney loafers. And if you remember, I got them. They were black, and then they had the real tall heels. And I think at that time, I wasn't confident enough to wear them, and I ended up selling them. So when I saw these, I thought, that is even better. So they're from Stella McCartney, and I had even looked at a similar pair when I was in Coach that day, waiting for her to wrap my bag charms, and they were so heavy that I didn't want to get them. But look at these. So these are like the fisherman type sandals, but they have the high sole, but not quite as high as the, Oxfords that she sells, but they are so light. And the reason I like them is because they're so narrow. They're like this look, but not chunky. So I think these will look really cool with a pair of black, like probably like the Aritzia pants that are the wide leg. These, the trousers, a nice belt, and a white t-shirt or a white tank, just to give you, this adds a little bit of that style, that funk, that edge, but with a really conservative outfit, maybe even a sweater like tied around your waist or over your shoulders. They are just really made in Italy, but really like light for something so chunky and funky. Okay, here are the last pair of shoes before I get to the bag. So these are also Chloe. That's my latest obsession. I saw these back during boot season, and I never tried them on. Like, I would see them when I would go to the boutique. I ended up buying the other ones with the like wood heel, and I just had never tried them on. But this time I tried them on, and they are so beautiful. I feel like, matter of fact, I think my Fry boots that I bought and never wore are on my website. I feel like I do like the Tamara Melon. Those are good boots. But I feel like I wanted that chunkier boot, but I want it in more of a chic, kind of like feminine, dressy way. And that's what these are. So this is like the Moto boot, but the Chloe version. So it's, plenty slimline here and a good heel, but not a lot of like chunky stuff right here. And with those gold accents, oh my gosh, Cinderella moment when I put these on. So these, like with, gosh, if you really wanted to go the whole boho city chic, these with like that long white pleated type skirt from Aritzia and just a white t-shirt. Or if I want to wait and wear these in the fall, I'm going to try to wear them. I'm going to try to play with them. But I just loved them so much, I just went with it. They're really beautiful. I mean, the leather's beautiful, and I feel like they're forever boots. I have had the Susanna, and I ended up selling them on my website years ago. I never could get the size right on those, and then I felt like they're so long with a shorter heel. I didn't really like the dimensions of those. Okay, this is my bag that I got. Remember, I told you I had picked out that bag that I had never seen. I'll put a picture of it in here. And when I went, I knew, has the ribbon has the star on it. That's so cool. That's so cool. It's almost like a bag charm itself. Maria always wraps everything so beautifully. Okay, so it was a squirrel. That's my personality, believe me. I can barely finish a sentence without thinking of the next sentence. So, okay, yeah, I went, and even the day before I went this day, when I went with Christina and Kelly, I looked at that bag, and there was the bigger one, and then there was a much smaller one. I think if there had been like a medium one, I would have probably been more prone to get it, but it wasn't I loved the bag, but I felt like the small one was too small and I felt like the big one was too bulky. But I told Maria, I said, you know what I really love? I really love how it says Christian Dior. It wrote it out on the top of it. And I loved the quilting. I loved the black. And so she had already told us that this was like the latest, greatest bag. They can't keep it in. Evidently, Taylor Swift was seen with this bag, which doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I'm not as big. Like I guess I'm into stuff like that, but I don't think I have Taylor Swift style. There's somebody else like Rihanna. So that wasn't it, but I do know it's like the latest and greatest bag. And it's very different than anything else I have. And I told Maria, I said, you know, when I was here for Chanel, she had to almost talk me into that Chanel 25 bag. Now they're sold out worldwide until they make some more. Everywhere I went with that bag, everybody wanted that bag. And I ended up loving it so much. I said, you know what? I'm going to take your advice. So I got this one, and I'm not even sure what it's called. I'm the worst. I'm not a good bag person. If you're into specifics, I'm into feelings and little details like this. This is what got me. I love the way that is written out. It is so, to me, it is so vintage looking and rich and luxe. I just love it. I love the hardware, and it's like this. So you either care, oh my gosh, it's on both sides. I didn't know that. Okay, that's because it zips and has a pocket in here. Oh my gosh. Oh, look, and it's like that really cool leather, but it's just got so many like different things pulled in to a Dior bag. Look at that. The D and the C. Oh my God, Maria, you are right. You were right. Oh my gosh. And then you can adjust it. But the cool thing is you can wear it like this, which is super cool. Or you can adjust it and then you can wear it almost like like a crossbody bum bag type thing. And I have to admit, I've got so many bags that I have never worn because they're special. Like they're gold sequin or snakeskin, or a lot of even my Chanel flaps. They're scary to use because I don't want to mess them up. So the fact that this is so user friendly and it's got a little edge to it, but yet it looks so like vintagey Dior. I love it. I'm going to move into this today. So, and I will put, of course, the name of it down below. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I wonder if this comes in other colors. Dior red. If you're wanting a red bag, the Dior red is just, it's deep and it's almost like a lipstick red. It's not cherry and it's not Cajun shrimp. It is like a deep, beautiful red. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, let's see. I got excited. I forgot about our timeline here. Okay, so let's see. Oh, here's You Beauty. When I went down to the beauty department, I saw that. So that You Beauty, that's some good stuff. Okay, went back to the hotel and oh my gosh, yes, Kelly got sick. Kelly started getting sick the night we went to Wicked. We thought it was her fragrance. We thought it was itching her throat. She got so sick, I never saw her again until the morning that we left. So she had to Uber NyQuil and Tylenol and everything to the hotel. So I didn't get to see Kelly that night, but I did hang out with Christina. So that's what we did all night. Then I went upstairs, went to bed, and then the next morning I wore this outfit that I have not shown you because it's probably in the dryer right now, but it is the summer weight fleece from Aritzia. I love the pants. They're real thin, and the sweatshirt is actually short sleeved. And I bought that hat at Aritzia because think about how much cheaper and easier buying a hat is than getting a blowout. If I would have gone to get my hair blown out, it would have probably been $50 or $60 plus the time. So I just bought that hat, and it's real plain from Aritzia. And then this was me saying goodbye to the room. Oh, this view was beautiful. It was a good day. And then, okay, Christina and I went to breakfast at Balthazar because I kept hearing people say Balthazar is such a good place for breakfast. Even Jerry with Louis Vuitton has told me that. So we went there and I had scrambled eggs and bacon, but it was not as good as the Crosby. But it really reminded me of the place that I used to work for years. I used to bartend, cocktail waitress, hostess, wait tables, everything. And it was an older place like this. So I did love those vibes. Even with like the tin ceiling, it was like that too, but it was very loud. So we had to get back. Oh, here we are sitting outside waiting for the Uber. And I just wanted to show you just how beautiful it is. Just everybody walking, all the little busy ants. It was pretty this day. It was 9:03 in Soho. And then let's see. So here's me in the Uber going to the airport. Oh gosh, that's interesting. I was in Nolita. And then this was the first time ever I have finally earned enough points to go into the Delta Lounge. My first time. And so I went there and hung out for a while. But then I got a nice Diet Coke. But then I was so nervous because I'm used to sitting right at the gate. And I told John, I said, next time I'll stay in the lounge longer. But I was just nervous. So here's my outfit, my Louboutin flip-flops. And here is Sassy sitting on my luggage when I got home that night. Will and John, and sometimes Brooke, they usually all come get me from the airport. And then I did go to Pop's Bagels and got my parents 3 pumpernickel, 3 cinnamon raisin bagels. And we always stop those off to them before I come home so they get them fresh. A lot of times my dad will have bought some salmon and some stuff to put on them, and then they freeze them. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of my life and just, just part of my story, my life story. So thank you, and I will see you. Oops, did I tell you? Okay. These are J. Crew, Ideal Diamonds necklace. And oh, wait, I had this upside down. I hate to even wear my golden tiger ring because you can't get it right now. So I put on my wolf ring, which would be my next favorite. Strawberry margarita, and that's it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.